It's a big honor to bring out our very first guest. He's the owner of the Buttermilk Drop Bakery and Cafe, and he also played Wink in the highly acclaimed movie Beasts of the Southern Wild. Let's give a big Goodnight Show welcome to Dwight Henry. Hey man, thanks a lot for coming on.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Great.
Glad to be here. So how's everything, John?
How's everything? Oh, this is great. You're going to do the interview, and I can just relax. Man, this takes all the pressure off because I was like,
you know, you came talk to me. You know I can talk now.
Yeah, I know you can talk. I did talk to you. I came. Have you all been to the Buttermilk Drop? Yeah, that's right. Man, those things are addicting. Those buttermilk drops.
They are.
You're going to be seeing a lot of me.
Very popular.
Yeah. So I think actually people in New Orleans may know you better for you being Mr. Henry, the baker, and all that. Than
if everybody remember Henry's Bakery in Delhi, I started out right here on St. Claude Avenue, across from Colton Avenue, in the Bywater in the Marigny.
Yeah. So that was a lot of work getting that together, right?
It was a lot of work. It was a lot of hard work because when I first started out, it wasn't a lot of people that really believed that I can get this done and open up a business and be successful at it with nothing but hard work and determination.
Well, you proved that, yeah.
Proved them wrong.
You proved you get it done. So, what inspired you to recreate the old McKinsey's buttermilk drop recipe? How did that come
me
about?
Being a baker and growing up in the neighborhood, growing up like a lot of other people, growing up on McKinsey's products. And when they closed down 60 stores in one day, that left a huge void in the industry, and people missed these products that they grew up on. So when I decided to open up my own bakery, and I wanted to bring back some of these old products that people remember, that they love, that they missed, and I brought back the Buttermilk Drop. I sampled a lot of different recipes because I didn't really know what their recipe was because I never worked for McKinsey, so I sampled
so you just had to do trial and error
trial
in the kitchen,
until
little
I
this,
came
a little
up
that.
with this until I got close enough to West.
I think you really hit that nail on the head. So you're a baker, you know, from New Orleans, been here a whole life, and then how did you? Now you're this Hollywood star. I mean, how did you get discovered? How did they?
Well, I just got discovered by mere coincidence. When I was over on St. Claude Avenue, the production company, Court 13, that was actually producing Beasts of the Southern Wild, they used to come to the bakery and get pastries and things, and we'll sit down and talk like me and you talking right now, and we talk about different things I went through for Katrina, and they wanted to hear a lot of the different stories that people went through down here after the storm. So we used to talk, and they used to put flyers in the bakery. If anybody want to audition for an upcoming feature film, pull a number, give them a call, and they'll set up an audition. So I never did really have an interest in doing it because I was so preoccupied in growing my business and expanding my business. I basically put it up there for my customers. So one day, me and Michael Gottwald, the casting director, was sitting in the bakery, and I said, "Come on, Michael, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna cast for this film." Never really was expecting.
You just think it'd be fun.
Fun. Never even was expecting to get an extra spot in the movie.
Yeah.
So I go over there, he handed me a script, he handed the actress a script, we went back and forth with the dialogue, they taped it and I left there, did it like nothing ever happened. So they called me back about 2 weeks later. Michael Gottwald, Mr. Henry, Mr. Zaitlin, the director, he loved what he seen in your audition and he wants you to come do another audition. So it's like, Michael, another audition, a call back, that's big in the Hollywood business when you get a call back.
Definitely, yeah.
So I went on back again, he handed me another script again, and we went back and forth with the dialogue with the actress, and I left again. Like nothing ever happened, never was expecting to get the part. So within that time period, I had moved my business from right here on St. Claude to down in the 7th Ward because I was ready to expand because I didn't have any parking over there. My kitchen was so small. So
Your new place looks nice. If y'all haven't been over there, right on St. Dorgenwald?
Dorgenwald, O'Reilly Street, right around in the Gentilly area.
Yeah.
And So I moved over there. So 2 weeks after I opened over there, Michael Godwall walks in the bakery. Mr. Henry, Mrs. Daitland wants you to have the lead part in the movie, not an extra part, not a cast member. He's seen some things in me that I really didn't see in myself. And I actually had to turn them down 3 times for the role.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I couldn't really walk away from the business that I worked so hard for to pass on to my kids for a possible movie career for myself.
How'd they convince you? You're like, I just opened this business. This is my baby. This is my child. Like,
they had me believing that I was the only person in the world that can play this part. They would not.
Yeah.
They would not take no for an answer. After I told them I couldn't do it,
well,
they came back.
I've seen the movie, and they're right. I don't think anybody else could have done it like you did.
And after I turned them down 3 times, the fourth time they came to the bakery, they came with all 3 of the producers, the director. They brought the accountants with them.
You know it's serious when they bring their money
When they bring
guy.
their accountants with them, it's serious. And they sat me down in the bakery, and they explained to me how important the film was and how important it was that they wanted me to do this. And they had me convinced that I was the only person in the world can do it. And they had themselves convinced that I was the only person in the world can play this part.
Man, that is...
Yeah, and it's been great. We've been traveling all over the...
What was it like when you saw yourself up on the screen for the first time?
It was amazing because I'm sitting in the audience at the Sundance Film Festival for the first time, and I, you know, I never really when the rest of the crew was watching dailies. The director never wanted me to watch any dailies because he didn't.
So you'd never even seen yourself. That was
never even seen myself because he didn't want me to critique myself. Watch dailies. And
so you were at the Sundance Festival watching it for the first time yourself with everybody else.
1,500 people in the audience. I'm sitting there. I'm nervous. I don't know what kind of reaction we're going to get from this low-budgeted, magical, special film we made. I don't know what kind of reaction we're going to get. So I'm sitting there nervous, and when the film got over, 1,500 people, they stood up, they applauded, they whistled, they shouted, people crying everywhere. They had tissue paper flying everywhere all over the place. And it was an amazing feeling, all of the hard work that we put into this magical film, and then for people to be able to understand it and respond how they responded to it. It was very special.
Man, well, you're truly an inspiration, I think, to all people in New Orleans, and I think especially some of our youth coming up. You have a few children of your own.
Five children.
When I was seeing the film, I was like, this person must be a father, because the way you connected to
we were shooting
little hush
film.
puppy, the child in that movie.
She was 6 years old when we were shooting, and a lot of things. I have a daughter that was 7 when we started shooting, so a lot of things the director needed to know as we went over the script and things like that. We would go over the script, and he would ask me things like, how would you do this with your daughter? Because I don't have a daughter. I need to know how you would say these things. And I would tell him how I would say it, and he'll come back the next day with the script rewritten how I would say it in my own words, because he wanted it to be so natural and so organic, and he wanted everything to flow and feel so natural. Like I'm talking to you here right now. I'm talking to you in my own words. Things are flowing out so naturally. But if I was trying to read off somebody else's word, it wouldn't be as natural and pure. So he wanted it to be organic. So he wanted me to use he rewritten the whole script to fit me in the way I would say things versus the way he would say it. Wow. So and it worked well.
How is it for your kids to see their daddy on the big screen and on
it's
TV
amazing,
on that?
and that's one of the best feelings about all the things I've done, all the different shows I've been on. When my kids see me and when I walk in the door, I mean, the feeling I get when they say, Daddy, 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 I seen you on TV, the smile that they have on their face and the joy that they have in them is just, it's worth it. It's just worth it. More than all the money in the world. Just the expression and the love that they have in the face makes everything worth it.
Well, Well, Mr. Henry, thank you so much for coming on our show. So you're not running off to Hollywood, are you?
No, they're trying to get me there, but they have me. I've been traveling all over the country with the film, and they're trying to get me there, but my roots are stuck here, and Hollywood gonna have to come to me.
That's right. Well, anyway, y'all know where to find Mr. Henry at the Buttermilk Drop right there on
Bakery and Cafe, 1781 North Dershowitz Street.
All right. Let's hear it again for Mr. Henry, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Thank you.